Hi everybody and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. Great to be back. Hope you're doing well, and I hope everything is all working here, most importantly. So if you could jump in the chat again and send me some messages, just let me know you're here. I've seen some already, which is great. But this is the first quiz back in quite a while. I think the last quiz was, the end of July that I did one of these shows. But we're back. Everything's lined up, ready to go. And I've got some lovely comments already. So I want to say hi to Geraldine. Welcome back to Millie as well. We've got Mike Dan joining us. Jodie's here as well, saying hi to everybody. We've got Andy and Sue and the Donuts. And yes, thank you. There's a comment coming in. So Millie says, great to be back. It is. Yes. I was worried that something might go wrong because it's been so long since I've done this, and we'd only tried doing these shows in the new way I was doing them a couple of times before I then took my break over summer. But actually, things have come together quite nicely. We're all good, I believe. So fingers crossed it continues that way. And a lovely turnout tonight as well. We're going to go in a moment to the kids' question to kick the show off. That's just one question where you answer in the comments and then see if you can earn yourself some bonus points that you can add on to your tally for the next quiz rounds. So I'll then run through 3 quiz rounds of random subjects, and then after that we get into our game shows rounds. We'll be playing Family Fortunes, Our Survey Says question, and Catchphrase, as we quite often do. So with that said, let's go over to the kids' question to kick off the show. Apocalypse. And Ruben's back. Here he is. How you doing, mate?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Baking with Mum. They're picking on me.
It's been baking with Mum, and people have been picking on you, have they? Mum and your sister and Abby, yeah? They've been having fun, I'm sure. All right. Well, I'm going to bring up the question on screen. Have a look at this and guess the answer in the comments. Whoever gets it correct, you can have bonus points for your team. Okay, so here's the question. Ruben's going to ask it for you.
How many planet Earths could fit inside Jupiter's Great Red Spot? Is it A, 3, B, 13, C, 30, or D, 300?
Yes, so have a guess in the comments there. Hi to Andy watching on YouTube. Thank you for being there. It's always nice to see people watching on both. Just to mix things up a bit. Hopefully that will grow over that side too. I don't know how long it will last. If it doesn't, I might just stick to Facebook. It's been an interesting experiment, just to waffle on a bit while I wait for your guesses to come in. But I'll keep it going for the rest of the year, and we'll see if it picks up, I think. But certainly a nice turnout overall, which is always great to see. And we've got some good guesses coming in. We've got C's and D's mostly now. Anybody else want to hazard a guess? Why you do a little dance?
It's just that screen is kind of glitching out of it.
I know.
When I do a big movement.
No, I know. It's a little bit delayed, isn't it?
It just does a little glitch.
I hope it's not delayed on the other end. I might have to adjust some settings or something.
Are you guys seeing glitches when I move really fast?
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Oh, I'm not fast enough.
Well, Andy says the red spot and Jupiter itself is huge. This is true. But what is the answer, I wonder? So I think just about everybody watching us guess now. So let's have a look at the guesses. So yeah, Andy's gone with D. Geraldine says B. Sue and the Donuts have gone with C. Mike's gone with D. Millie's gone with D. Jodie's gone with C. They're all thinking it's a pretty big number. So how many planet Earths can fit inside the red spot of Jupiter? It is
3.
There's only 3. I mean, it's still massive. Earth is still pretty big, not compared to Jupiter, but 3 of them could fit inside the red spot. Yeah.
I learned that from science.
You learned that in science today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes. So there we go. So good knowledge.
You're going to get a lot more sciencey school type questions that I am getting at school, and I'm asking you guys.
This is it. Yes.
Knowledge,
yeah. Very good. Yeah, I did not think it was as low as 3 either. For what it's worth, I would have gone higher. Maybe not 300 in fairness, but I would have gone higher. But yeah, this is along the lines of the fact we learned recently as well, that you could fit all the planets in our solar system within the distance of Earth and the Moon.
Abby has taught
That
that.
yeah, I think Abby told us that, didn't she? And that was unbelievable. But yeah, it turns out it's true. All the planets in our solar system can fit between the distance of the Earth and the Moon. I absolutely love that fact. And this is a great one too. So that's it. We're going to move on to the rest of the quiz now. Thank you very much for that, mate.
Okay.
Say your goodbyes.
Bye bye.
Okay, and now we are on to our 3 quiz rounds proper. There is a countdown conundrum on screen as well. You no longer guess anything in the comments. You can still leave comments and chat by all means, please do. But no more guesses in the comments until later on in the show. For these 3 quiz rounds, we're going to do pop music trivia, food and drink, and then a pot luck round. So that'll be general knowledge, as we quite often do actually recently in that 3rd spot. Then we move on to those game show rounds, which I mentioned earlier on. So yeah, a good mix as always tonight. But the countdown conundrums, there'll be 3 different ones. You'll get one for the pop music round to look at whilst we go through the questions, another for food and drink, another for potluck. Nobody got the bonus points for that question at the start. Nobody guessed A. So maybe I should have picked smaller numbers, and then maybe you'd have been leaning more towards that one. I was a bit mischievous there with the options I gave you, I think. But we'll see how you get on with this round instead, shall we? Let's crack on with pop music. Write the answers down. Keep a note of them your side. I'll reveal all the answers at the end of a round, but I will also repeat questions if you need me to when we get to the end of each question round. And then you just put your scores in the comments and let me know how you did. Okay? So, pop music trivia, question number 1. Which Donna Summer hit did Arsenal FC chart with in 1998? Which Donna Summer hit did Arsenal FC chart with in 1998? Question number 2. Which 52-year-old had a number 1 hit in 1998? So which 52-year-old singer had a number 1 hit in 1998? So in 98, they were 52 years old, which was the milestone achievement to then have this number 1 hit. Female solo artist. I will narrow it down, is the phrase I was looking for, to that. Which female solo artist at 52 years old had a number 1 hit in 1998? I would argue still fills dance floors today. To some extent, and often covered or sampled, I would say, has been as well. Big party floor-filling hit at the time, though, for sure. Which solo artist, which female singer had that hit? And there were 52 at the time. Question number 3. Which footballer teamed up with Lindisfarne for Fog on the Tyne in 1990? Which footballer teamed up with Lindisfarne for Fog on the Tyne in 1990? Question number 4 now. Who were the first overseas act to have their first 3 songs go to number 1 in the UK charts? This was by May 1998 they achieved it. Who were the first overseas act to have their first 3 songs go to number 1 by May 1998? Very popular pop band in the 90s. Okay, the first overseas act to have had their first 3 songs go straight to number 1, and this was by May 1998. Some achievement. Okay, question number 5 now. Question 5. Which song links Harold Faltermeyer and Clock? Which song links Harold Faltermeyer and clock. There are others it links as well, but I won't narrow it down too much on this one. Which song links Harold Faltermeyer and clock? Question number 6. In what year did Boyzone chart with No Matter What? In what year did Boyzone chart with No Matter What? You can have 2 points if you get it exactly right, and I'll give you 1 point if you were close by 1 year either side of the correct answer. In what year did Boyzone chart with No Matter What? 2 points for the exact answer, and I'll be generous and say 1 point either side of the correct answer for being close. Yes, as I said at the start of the round, for those who've just joined, don't worry about guessing in the comments for this one. You don't guess in the comments until later on in the evening for other rounds we do. For these quiz rounds, we don't want guesses in the comments because then it takes the fun away from everybody else. But I can confidently confirm that 1874 is not the correct answer. Thanks for the engagements, though. Every little helps. Question 7 now. Question 7. Whose first solo album was called The Dream of the Blue Turtles? Whose first solo album was called The Dream of the Blue Turtles? No, Trevor, you are miles off. But I'm not going to go any closer with any more clues. I think you know. I think you know you were a bit way off with that one, I'm afraid. Question number 8 now. Let's go to question number 8. Who was the lead singer with The Equals? Who was the lead singer with The Equals? Yes, The Dream of the Blue Turtles is a very interesting album title. Andy says, great album title. Watching over on YouTube there. Question number 9. Which dance group replaced Ruby Flipper on Top of the Pops? Which dance group replaced Ruby Flipper on Top of the Pops? Question number 10 now. Question 10. Which Meatloaf song spent 7 weeks at number 1 in 1993? Iconic Meatloaf song. Which Meatloaf song spent 7 weeks at the UK number 1 spot in 1993? Question 11 now. Question 11. Who reached number 5 in the year 2000 with a song called Coming Around? Who reached number 5 in 2000 with Coming Around? It's quite a popular band from that time, but probably not one of their biggest hits. Who reached number 5 in 2000 with Coming Around? Question number 12 now. Question 12. Who is Robert Zimmerman? What are they better known as? Who is Robert Zimmerman? Question 13 now. In what year was Ironic a hit for Alanis Morissette? In what year was Ironic a hit for Alanis Morissette? Again, that's 2 points if you get it exactly right. 1 point for either side, just for being close. In what year was Ironic a hit for Alanis Morissette? Happy to repeat questions for you when we get to the end. Just let me know if there's the odd one or two that you want repeated. Question 14 now. Question 14. Whose first solo hit was called Like I Love You in 2002? Whose first solo hit was called Like I Love You in 2002? Okay, and your final question. Your final question is question 15. Which was the first ever pop video shown on MTV? Very famous pop song. You get 2 points for this. 1 point for the artist or group and 1 point for the title. Who was the first pop video shown, or which was the first pop video shown on MTV when that channel first launched, back when it used to play music videos all the time? Didn't last long before they soon changed it up. But yeah, what was the first pop video shown on MTV? So that's the end of the round then. Let me know if there's any you want repeated. I won't rush to the answers just yet, but I will remind you now that the countdown conundrum answer will be revealed once I've gone through all the answers for this round. If you do get the conundrum correct as well, you can give yourself 2 extra bonus points, which you might need because this was a particularly tricky music round, even though most of them were just 1 point questions. I've delved way back into the archives for this one. So we'll see how well you do. As always, there's no shame if you struggle with the round or not. It doesn't really matter. We're just here to have some fun. Every day's a school day and all that, so don't worry if you struggle on any round. We're just here to have some fun, really, at the end of the day, isn't it? As it always is here. Okay, I'm going to go through the answers then. I'm not seeing any requests for repeats coming in, so we'll go through the answers and then you can let me know how many points you got. Question 1. Which Donna Summer hit did Arsenal FC chart with in 1998? It was Hot Stuff. Question 2. Which 52-year-old had a #1 hit in 1998? It was Cher with Believe. Question 3. Which footballer teamed up with Lindisfarne for Fog on the Tyne in 1990? It was Gaza, Paul Gascoigne. Question 4. Who were the first overseas act to have their first 3 songs go to #1 by May 1998? That was Aqua. Yes, Andy says, I thought this was tough. I thought my memory was fading faster than I feared. No, fear not. Fear not. It is a tough music round. The rest of the quiz will not be as tricky, I promise, tonight. Right, question number 5. Which song links Harold Faltermeyer and Clock? It is Axel F, the theme from Beverly Hills Cop movies. The Crazy Frog did an awful version as well. But yes, Harold Faltermeyer and Clock. It's Axel F, after the lead character in Beverly Hills Cop movies, Axel Foley, played by Eddie Murphy. Question 6. In which year did Boyzone chart with No Matter What? That is 1998. 2 points if you put that. If you put 97 or 99, you can still have 1 point. Question 7. Whose first solo album was called The Dream of the Blue Turtles? It was Sting. Question 8. Who was the lead singer of The Equals? That was Eddie Grant. Question 9. Which dance group replaced Ruby Flipper on Top of the Pops? That was Hot Gossip. Question 10. Which Meatloaf song spent 7 weeks at #1 in 1993? It was I'd Do Anything for Love, brackets, but I won't do that. Question 11. Who reached #5 in 2000 with Coming Around? It is Travis. Question 12. Robert Zimmerman is the real name of Bob Dylan. Question 13. In what year was Ironic a hit for Alanis Morissette? Again, 2 points if you got it exactly right. 1996. Question 14. Whose first solo hit was called Like I Love You in 2002? That was Justin Timberlake. His first solo hit after going solo from NSYNC. Question 15. Which was the first pop video shown on MTV? It was Video Killed the Radio Star by Buggles. 2 points for that one if you got both the group and the title. Tally up your scores. I can tell you now, for an extra 2 points, the answer for the countdown conundrum was incubated. So 2 points if you work that one out as well. Let me know your scores, please, now in the comments. Now, a few things I've got to tell you about tonight. What should we go with first? I had a very interesting call today with somebody from a company that makes a quiz app gaming thing, like speed quizzing, like we've done on Patreon quiz nights before in particular, because they are looking for playtesters for their new quiz app. And I say app, it's all online, it's not really an app that you download. And I have to say, early indications are that I absolutely love it, and it could really be a firm favourite, particularly with Patreon quizzes, but also something I could try in pubs and other venues as well, because yeah, it's really compatible with the kind of questions that we tend to ask in these quizzes, which I do in the pubs as well as here, of course. Very compatible with it. And you don't have to rush. You can take your time with the answers. There's no speed element to it. You work with your team and submit them, and then I can see them on my screen, and it's semi-automated marking, so I don't have to worry about that either. You can include picture rounds. You can do all sorts. I've been really impressed with it. I'll tell Patreons more about it next time I see you, because chances are when we do the Patreon quiz, we will be playing this with this particular app. I've got a free trial, and it's very interesting. So there's a little bit of an exclusive there for you. Be excited, because yeah, this is looking really smart. So yeah, we'll give that a go. So let me know your scores then. Some have already come in. Jody says 5 points. Andy says 9 plus 2 for the conundrum, so 11. 7 for Geraldine. Donut scored 11 and got the conundrum. Excellent work. Feel free, if anybody else is watching along, let me know your scores. Again, no pressure. Doesn't matter if you didn't do well in this one. I said it was a tough round, in fairness. Wasn't a particularly high scoring round either. I think there was about, there's 2 extra points you could have got. 17 points maybe in total you could have got in that round. But yeah, not bad though. Good efforts all round, I think, so far. Now we will move on to the food and drink round next. But yes, if you do go to those Patreon quizzes, be excited, because I've got this free trial for the next 2 at least. I think I've got it till the 15th of November to play around with and give my playtesting feedback and stuff. And then if it's really good, we could just carry on using it. It depends on the deal I can work out with them for helping them out and what I would get in return. I don't know. Maybe it would just be the free trial. But I'm excited because it is very cool. Right, with that said then, let's go to the next one. If you haven't put your score in yet, don't worry, you don't have to, like I said, but you could add it on at any time. And yes, yeah, Millie, you'll love it. Yeah, it's better than speed quizzing. Yeah, it is better. There's so much more potential with it. You can do all sorts with it. I'll talk more about it as we go. Okay, so your next round of the food and drink round, 15 questions. You've got another countdown conundrum on screen. You'll get 2 extra points if you can work that one out. And we'll go through this food and drink round now, and I'll keep chatting as we go. Don't know who scored, but just had notification of Serbia 0, England 1. Oh, fingers crossed. Yes. Oh, well done, Mike. You got 6 points there. Good effort. Thank you. See how you get on with this one. Yeah, I forgot England were playing tonight, but then after the disaster that was a boring 2-0 victory we somehow managed against Andorra, which I'm glad I didn't waste any of my time watching, I'm not too fussed. I would like to know if Jed Spence comes on, though, in this one, or if he's even playing, because he should have played against Andorra. Would have been far more interesting. I would have even watched the highlights if he did, being a Spurs fan, but that's just me. Right, question number 1 then in the food and drink round. Which spice should you use for colour and flavour when making paella? Which spice should you use for colour and flavour when making a paella? Okay. Next question, in question number 2. What is the brand name of Australia's version of Marmite? What is the brand name of Australia's version of Marmite? I did watch the Andorra game, needed a long nap afterwards. I'm surprised. Andy says, I'm surprised you stayed awake for the match. I would have been asleep by half time, I reckon. Yeah, 2-0. Disastrous. Should have been at least double that. There's levels to this game. I'm not saying England should win every game or anything. It would be nice, but should at least be beating Andorra by a few more than that, if you ask me. Yeah, all the reviews I saw, headlines of and whatnot, were not impressed either. Question 3 now. Question 3. This is for 2 points. Which 2 fruits are the most eaten in the world? Which 2 fruits are the most eaten in the world? Question number 4 now. Question 4. What do the words kulfi, myrrh, and roti mean on an Indian curry house menu? What would the words kulfi, Kulfi, myrrh, Murgh, and roti mean on an Indian curry house menu? 3 different answers, 1 point for each. Okay, question number 5 then. The Caesar salad originated in which country? The Caesar salad originated in which country? Question number 6 then for 3 points. Question 6. Which 3 countries produce the most coffee in the world? Which 3 countries produce the most coffee in the world? You don't need to put those answers in order for that question. Just name the 3 countries, of course. 1 point for each. Question number 7. What is the name of the Mexican dish consisting of a corn tortilla filled with meat and beans? What is the name of the Mexican dish consisting of a corn tortilla filled with meat and beans? Question number 8 now. Question 8. Which places would you associate with the sauces produced by Liam Perrins, McElhenney and Co. and Frank's? Which places would you associate with the sauces produced by Liam Perrins, McElhenney and Co. and Frank's? Let's say places because it's 3 different types of places. Okay, let's move on to the next question. And question number 9. What type of sub is Joey's favourite sandwich in Friends? What type of sub is Joey's favourite sandwich in Friends? Question number 10 now for 3 more points. Which drinks were UK hits for Thin Lizzy, Dr. Feelgood, and Teaspoon? Which drinks were UK chart hits for Thin Lizzy, Dr. Feelgood, and Teaspoon? Tell me the titles of those songs. 1 point for each. Okay. Right, question 11 now. Question 11. Which nut is used to make marzipan? Which nut is used to make marzipan? Two nil now. Ooh. How is it we're beating them 2-0 but struggled to beat Andorra? I'm not letting this go. I'm not happy. Okay, next question. Which three brands sell the best selling energy drinks in the UK? Which three brands sell the best selling energy drinks in the UK? Again, 1 point for each. Question number 13 now. Question 13. In which country did the word smorgasbord originate? In which country did the word smorgasbord originate? It's a great word. Smorgasbord. Okay, your next question in question 14. What alcoholic spirits are Bushmills, Jim Beam, and Whitney Neal? What alcoholic spirits are Bushmills, Jim Beam, and Whitney Neal? We'll have to have a quick look at what's going on, aren't I? Okay. Kane got the first goal. Okay. He's a goal machine. Right, the next question then, let's have a look. Your next question then is question 15. This is the final question in this round as well. Put these vegetables into the correct order with the least calories per 100 with the least calories per 100 grams first. Radish, celery, cucumber. Put these vegetables into the correct order with the least calories per 100 grams first. Radish, celery, cucumber. So 1 point for each that's in the correct order. So a total of 3 points could be earned here. Now, there's more multiple point questions in this round than was in the previous round. So, of course, I'll open up the floor now, so to speak. If you would like me to repeat any questions, do let me know. And we will go through the answers in just a moment, but I'll give you that time now. Remember, you need to work out what that countdown conundrum is as well. If I remember rightly, the countdown conundrum you're going to get in the next round, I think, is probably the easier of the three. So hopefully you'll do all right with that one. And if you noticed, when the quiz was starting, my usual countdown opening screen, I put the poster up there with the dates of future quizzes that are happening between now and the end of November in terms of these live shows. So I'm just reminding myself, looking at the screen over here. So obviously tonight, the 9th of September, And then the next one in September will be on the 23rd. So not next week, but the week after. Okay. And then you do another couple of weeks. We're into October, 7th and the 21st. And then in November, the 4th and the 18th. And then December's still TBC. That's purely because I do a lot of extra work in December. So I need to work out what nights I'll have free. And if I'm not doing too much work around that time, do I need a night off because I've worked several nights and days in a row? I might end up doing just the one Christmas special here on Facebook Live, which is what I did, I think, last year, if I remember rightly, and then come back in the new year with more regularity again. But we shall see. So just so you know, I have posted those dates as well. You'll see the poster on Facebook, and I think I posted it elsewhere as well. But do keep an eye out on that, and I'll obviously put reminders out there too. Now, I've not seen any requests for repeats, so you must have been able to keep up with that round. So I'm going to go through the answers now, everybody, okay? So be prepared for marking. Here we go. Question number 1. Which spice would you use for colour and flavour when making paella? It is saffron. Very expensive. Saffron. What is the brand name of Australia's version of Marmite for question 2? That is Vegemite. Question 3, which 2 fruits are the most eaten in the world? It is bananas and tomatoes. 1 point for each. Question 4, what do the words kulfi, myrrh and roti mean on an Indian curry house menu? It's ice cream, chicken and flatbread. Question 5, the Caesar salad originated in which country? It's Mexico. Question 6, which 3 countries produce the most coffee in the world? That is Brazil, Vietnam, and Colombia. Question 7, what is the name of the Mexican dish consisting of a corn tortilla filled with meat and beans? That's a burrito. Question number 8, which places would you associate with the sauces produced by Lee & Perrins, McElhenney & Co. and Frank's? It is Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce, McElhenney & Co.'s Tabasco sauce, and Frank's Buffalo sauce. Question 9. What type of sub is Joey's favourite sandwich in Friends? It's a meatball sub. Question 10. Which drinks were a hit for Thin Lizzy, Dr. Feelgood, and Teaspoon? Thin Lizzy had a hit with Whiskey in the Jar. Dr. Feelgood had Milk and Alcohol. And Teaspoon had a hit with a song called Sex on the Beach. Question 11. Which nut is used to make marzipan? It is almonds. Question 12. Which 3 brands sell the best-selling energy drinks in the UK? It is Red Bull, Monster, and Lucozade. Question 13. In which country did the word smorgasbord originate? It is Sweden. Question 14. What alcoholic spirits are Bushmills, Jim Beam, and Whitney Neal? Bushmills is Irish whiskey. Jim Beam is bourbon, and Whitney Neal is gin. Question 15, put these vegetables into the correct order with the least calories per 100 grams first. The correct order, again, 1 point for each in the correct order here. Celery is first, then cucumber, then radish. Now the countdown conundrum answer is workbench. 2 bonus points if you got that correct. Let me know what your scores are. So add these 2 points onto your scores for this question round. And then we'll be going into our potluck general knowledge round for round 3. Reminder again, the game shows at the end of this round, they will be Our Survey Says Family Fortunes question. And then we will do 3 catchphrases. Okay? I very nearly wasn't able to do catchphrase tonight because all the tools I normally use to build that together and then put it into the software that makes all this you see around me now. The tools that get the catchphrases in the first place, none of them seem to be working. Even my backups of backup ones weren't working. And then I found one that did. So we were okay in the end. But yeah, very nearly had to think about, oh, what do I do instead? Right, Jodie says she got 8 points there. Very good. Good score. Oh. Oh, you know, I mentioned that new quiz app that I've been in talks with them about. They liked my post with the quiz. I wonder if they've dipped in to say hello not say hello, but maybe have a look at what we do here. I spent a lot of time talking about you lovely people and all the things we do for Big Quiz Night In. Very interesting conversation. So, 14 points for Geraldine. Well done. 14 points plus the conundrum, I should say, plus the conundrum, so 16 points technically. Very good score. How many points have the rest of you got? Leave your comments in. I'll give you a shout out as always, and then we move on to the potluck round. I wonder if maybe there's a delay in the comments coming in though. Oh, it's half time in the football, still 2-0 to England. Okay, any more comments coming in? It's very slow tonight. Doesn't normally take that long for your comments to come through. Some of them trickled through after I moved on, didn't they? All right, I am going to shift on to the next screen, but obviously we'll still see the comments, so do still leave them and don't worry about posting them again if they're just not filtered in. But I am going to go on to round 3, and then I'll read the comments as they come in. I'm sure you're going to be posting them if you haven't already. So, round 3 then is potluck general knowledge, 15 more questions. And there's also that new conundrum at the bottom there. Good luck with that one. And good luck with this quiz round. Let's see how well you do. Like I said, I'm keeping an eye on the comments. We'll see what comes in. So, question number 1 then. Whose face was said to launch 1,000 ships? Whose face was said to launch 1,000 ships? Oh, I can see your comment. I'll tell you what it is. I can see some other comments, but they haven't come up on my screen, on one of my screens. That's why. Oh, Jan's just dropped in now. I can see his comment. Good evening, everyone. Chris, just a fun fact. I could not see the quiz at 8 p.m. Oh. Joyous. I have no idea why. People did manage to join. Let me just go back through the other comments that I can see now, though. 17 from Andy, but the conundrum foxed me this time. And the donut scored 20 and got the conundrum. Very good stuff. Yeah, they're on... Basically, there's 3 different places I could see the comments. 3 different places. Actually, there's probably more than that, but 3. And I couldn't see them in 2 of them. And now I can. It's okay. It's alright. I'm still streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. I can't complain. And my laptop is not overheating to the point it's going to melt like it did when I started this journey. A few weeks back, trying to multi-stream. Question 2 for 3 points. What does the acronym CCJ stand for in British law? What does the acronym CCJ stand for in British law? That is 1 point for each correct word. Question number 3 now. Which English town is the birthplace of William Shakespeare? Which English town is the birthplace of William Shakespeare? Yeah, if for whatever reason that happens again, and you know I am supposedly live, and you can't see my live post, try on YouTube. It's always a good backup because I am there on both at the same time. We've got Andy on YouTube watching, the rest on Facebook as far as I know. So it is happening over there too. And obviously you don't need an account to watch anything on YouTube, whereas you do on Facebook. So you could just go over to that website or however you want to access it. Maybe you would need to log in if you use the app, I guess. I'm not sure how that works, to be honest. But yeah, the dates I'm live have been shared. 2 weeks' time will be the next one here. Won't be live next week. Question 4. Which celebrity chef took us on a seafood odyssey in 1999? Which celebrity chef took us on a seafood odyssey in 1999? Question number 5. Spell the word irreverence. Question 5. Correctly spell the word irreverence. It's very smooth on YouTube and there are no dropouts like happened on Facebook for me anyway. Excellent. Excellent. Thanks for that, Andy. That's good to know. Yeah. I have had to stop sharing my usual TikTok videos that I reshare onto Instagram and Facebook because YouTube have recently updated their terms and conditions. So now they can take your reels and shorts, basically, the short vertical videos that I do. They can take those and manipulate them and repost them as their own with AI and not credit you and do whatever the hell they like with them. And everybody that's on YouTube has had to basically agree to that. So I won't be posting vertical videos that you see on those other platforms. I won't be posting them there anymore. This is the way of the world, unfortunately. Big businesses are going that way. Interesting. Around 5-second delay on YouTube compared to YouTube. YouTube compared to Facebook. Oh, okay. I think that also depends on your connection as well. But yeah, I mean, they're completely different systems, they're different platforms, aren't they? Good to know, though. Good to know. I do hold off a bit longer when I can on certain responses I'm waiting for. Question 6. What would you do with a Brazilian pandeiro? Would you hit it, strum it, or blow it? What would you do with a Brazilian pandeiro? Would you hit it, strum it, or blow it? It's always nice to see extra people watching on the YouTube side, though. It does mix it up a bit, you know. Makes it a good test to see. Jan says, my wife asked me, why do I look at you on both screens and suggested to launch the stream on the third screen as well? Yeah. This is it. I used to go to TikTok. I tried going to TikTok at the same time as well with the same platform I'm using currently. And then TikTok decided that you could only live stream in the way I was through this platform I'm using, which has taken all the pressures off of me and is great. But you could only use that platform if you were streaming gaming content. So if I was playing a video game here and you all are watching me play it, as streamers tend to do, then it would be fine. But otherwise, they block me. So I can't do anything on TikTok like I with this. Can't do it. So now it's just YouTube and Facebook. Otherwise, I'd say you could have me on 3 screens with 3 different platforms, which would be very impressive. Question number 7 now. Question 7. Which novels written by Emily Bronte, Jane Austen, and Leon Uris were also titles of UK hit singles for Kate Bush, Hot Chocolate, and Bob Marley? There's a question for you. Which novels written by Emily Bronte, Jane Austen, and Leon Uris, that's Uris, were also titles of UK hit singles for Kate Bush, Hot Chocolate, and Bob Marley? So an Emily Bronte novel and a Kate Bush song share the same title, a Jane Austen and a Hot Chocolate song, and a Leon Uris and a Bob Marley song. Name those for 1 point each. You will, of course, get some thinking time at the end because you will need it with some of these questions, I'm sure, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so question number 8. What was left in Pandora's box after it was opened and all of the evil was released into the world? What was left in Pandora's box after it was opened and all of the evil was released into the world? Okay, question number 9 now. Question 9. Ganymede and Titan are moons that orbit which two planets? Ganymede and Titan are moons that orbit which two planets? 1 point for Ganymede, 1 point for Titan. Question number 10 now for 3 more points. Question 10. Whereabouts on the human body could you find the labyrinth, the islets of Langerhans, and the girdle of Venus? Whereabouts on the human body could you find the labyrinth, the islets of Langerhans, and the girdle of Venus? Question number 11 now. Question 11. Panophobia is the fear of what? Panophobia is the fear of what? Panophobia is the fear of what for question 11? Question number 12. Put these UK events into the correct order with the earliest to have happened first. VAT was introduced, the Concorde's maiden flight, and Rolls-Royce going bankrupt. Put these UK events into the correct order with the earliest first. VAT was introduced, the Concorde's maiden flight, and Rolls-Royce going bankrupt. 3 points in total for that one. Okay, the next question in question number 13. The Jodrell Bank Observatory is part of which university? The Jodrell Bank Observatory is part of which university? That is question 13. Question number 14 now. Question 14. Which 3 hit stage musicals featured the characters named Dolores Van Cartier, Old Deuteronomy, and George and Winfred Banks? Which 3 hit stage musicals, and there's been films of them to make it make it slightly easier, I guess, featured the characters named Dolores Van Cartier, Old Deuteronomy, and George and Winifred Banks? 3 different musicals there that have also been movies, 1 point for each. Okay, now let's go to the final question of the round. Remember, you need to work out what the countdown conundrum is as well for 2 extra points. Question 15. Which 3 English towns or cities are upon Tyne, upon Tweed, and upon Hull? Which 3 English towns or cities are upon Tyne, upon Tweed, and upon Hull? So 1 point for each then. Give you a little bit of thinking time. Let me know if there's any you want repeated as always. Happy to do that. Just let me know in the comments. Whilst you're watching, if you haven't already, do consider liking the video. Whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, these kind of engagements mean that more people would get to see what I do here, and it might lead to finding new people to join in. As we have had a few names drop in the comments today, which is quite nice. Even if they only watch a little bit. Every bit helps. Sue and the Donuts need question 14 repeated again. So, which 3 hit stage musicals featured the characters named Dolores Van Cartier for 1 point, Old Deuteronomy for another one, and then George and Winifred Banks for the 3rd? Very famous shows/movies, I would say. Not giving you any more clues though for these ones. Right, we're going to go very soon. We're going to go on to Our Survey Says. Got another question for you there with 8 possible answers you need to work out, and you'll be working on that together in the comments. And then the same again for our catchphrase round after that. Okay. Andy says, after all the sewage discharge, these towns may wish to change their names. Yes, true. Mind you, so should Abingdon, let's be honest. That's one of the worst. Apart from the actually the places along the coast, we couldn't go in the sea on holiday because we checked the website, and the weekend we were down there, or the week we were down there, along the south coast, they had decided to dump a load of sewage into the seas, right along the south coast. Great, that's fun for the kids. Oh. Anyway. Let's go through the answers. No more repeats have come in. Question number 1. Whose face was said to launch 1,000 ships? It was Helen of Troy's. Question 2 for 3 points. What does the acronym CCJ stand for in British law? It is County Court Judgment. 1 point for each correct word. Question 3. Which English town is the birthplace of William Shakespeare? That is Stratford-upon-Avon. Question 4. Which celebrity chef took us on a seafood odyssey in 1999? That was Rick Stein. Question 5. Spell the word irreverence correctly. It is IRREVERENCE. I will put it in the chat. There we go. I'll send it to both. That's how it is for 1 point. Question 6. What would you do with a Brazilian pandeiro? Would you hit, strum, or blow it? You would hit it. It's a drum-like instrument, so you would hit it. It's got a tambourine kind of aspect to it. Essentially, it's a cross between the two. Question not 1 point for each correct letter that you've spelt there. No. Nice try. Yeah, too bad. Question 7. Emily Bronte, Jane Austen, and Leonoris had novels that were also hit singles. For Kate Bush, Hot Chocolate, and Bob Marley. So for Kate Bush and Emily Bronte, it's Wuthering Heights. For Jane Austen and Hot Chocolate, it's Emma. And for Leonoris and Bob Marley, it's Exodus. Question 8. What was left in Pandora's box after it was opened and all the evil in the world was released into the world? Hope was all that was left. Because that's quite often the case. When there's nothing else left, there is always hope. Question 9. Ganymede and Titan are moons that orbit which 2 planets? Jupiter and Saturn. Saturn, by the way, recently it's been discovered that it has an awful lot more moons than they originally thought. So Saturn now has the most moons in our solar system, many more even than Jupiter, which was initially the original first place for that prize, so to speak. Yeah, Saturn now has the most moons. Question 10. Whereabouts on the human body would you find the labyrinth, the islets of Langerhans, and the girdle of Venus? It's the ear, the pancreas, and the human hand. Question 11. Panophobia is a fear of what? Panophobia is the fear of everything. The fear of everything. You imagine what that would be like to live with. Question 12. Put these UK events into the correct order with the earliest first. For 3 points, the correct order was Concorde's first flight, 1969, then Rolls-Royce going bankrupt in 71, and VAT being introduced in 73. Question 13. The Jodrell Bank Observatory is part of which university? It is the University of Manchester. Question 14. Which 3 hit stage musicals featured the characters named Dolores Van Cartier, Old Deuteronomy, and George and Winifred Banks? It is Sister Act, Cats, and Mary Poppins. Question 15. Which 3 English towns or cities are upon Tyne, upon Tweed, and upon Hull? It's Newcastle upon Tyne, Bury upon Tweed, and Berwick, Berwick, and Kingston upon Hull. For 3 points, from one of the books, Ian says, I read many years ago, where reason is putting the dot, hope is adding 2 more. Never take the hope from anyone. Perhaps it's the last thing they've got. Exactly. Yes. Hope, I mean, from my perspective and the family's perspective, hope is a central theme throughout all of Star Wars. So I always go to that when it comes to those kind of quotes. But yeah, always add 2 dots. I like that. That's a nice little quote there. Very good. Okay, the countdown conundrum for 2 extra points. Your final conundrum of the evening is infuriate. How many of the questions infuriated you tonight, I wonder? We shall see how well your scores are as we go through. Jodie says 15 points. Was ready there to submit that team score nice and quickly. Thank you very much. Jodie says 15 points. Good score. Please do pop your scores in the chat and we will go over to our next round. Once we've seen some of those come through, I will check in more than one place now to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Hayden's popped up in the chat. Hayden is quite possibly the most awesome drummer you'll ever likely to meet, and genuinely cool dude, I have to say. Hayden's a drummer from the band that I am in. Vocalist. Yeah, is it vocalist? Lead singer? Vocalist? Yeah, if you don't know what I'm on about, Midlife Misfits is our band. We are very excited to be having a gig on the 29th of November here in Abingdon. Do let me know if you're interested in coming along. It's going to be ace. But he got 12 points. It's a great score. Geraldine's 18 points. Sue and the Donuts got 19 points and they got the conundrum correct. Andy says 19 plus 2, 21 points. Very good. You got the conundrum. Jan says the irreverence would greatly improve my score, but 11 points for me. I know. I'm sorry, Jan. I know there's a lot of UK-centric trivia. I mentioned this many times over the years, haven't I? But yeah, it's just how it is, I'm afraid. But still, very good score, nonetheless. I'll just make sure I've not missed anything else on one of my other screens. Looks like we're good. Yes, we are good. Good scores then, guys. We're going to go over to our survey says, see how you get on with this Family Fortunes one. But remember, your comments carry over, so keep those comments coming in. And you will need to, because I now want you to guess in the comments, other than a fish, name a creature that lives in water. Okay, in water. So not specifically a particular kind of body of water. Michael says 10 points there. Good score. Well done. Yeah, that's just come in there. Again, I still see those comments coming in from the previous round. So if you haven't let me know yet, do let me know. Put your guesses in now and we will reveal. This is from a survey of 100 people. How many of these can we work out collectively as a team? start guessing in the comments, and I'll reveal them as they appear in the chat, and we shall see if you can work them all out. Okay, that's how this one works. You're all a team now. So Jodie has gone with octopus, as has Millie and Andy over on YouTube there. Octopus. Is that a correct answer? And if so, where is it in our list? Let's have a look. Oh, it's not there. It's not there, I'm afraid, guys. What else have we got coming in? A starfish. Is that there? Jodie says starfish. That's not there either. Not off to the best of starts, are we, tonight? Duck, Geraldine says. There's a duck there. Lives in the water. Not there. Jodie's gone with shark. Okay, keep the answers coming in. Keep guessing. I'll try and keep up as best I can. Is a shark there in the list? Shark's the number 2 on the list. Excellent. You're on the way now. You've got your first one, team. Keep it coming. Leave your comments, please. Have a guess. What do you think the answers are? Jodie's then gone with whale. Millie's gone with whale as well. Whale, blue whale, biggest animal in the ocean that we know of. And it's the top answer. Very well done. Whales are the top answers there. Very good. Right. Geraldine says whale as well. Are there any plants on the list? No, we are talking purely creatures. So, yes, other than fish, creatures that live in water. So, no, I will tell you that. Other ones have been guessed. Dolphin. Michael's gone with a dolphin. Is that one of our top 8 answers? No. Dolphin's not there. 100 people surveyed. They did not give enough dolphin answers, if any, to make it into the top 8. Tadpole. Geraldine says tadpole. I'm going to go no, because tadpole is a specific variety and point of life of a living creature. I'm going to need you to go bigger, is what I'm saying. Jodie's gone with frog. Just as I was saying that, Jodie's gone with frog. Let's just see, is frog there in the list? Frogs is number 8. There you go. That's the tadpole connection I was getting at there. Okay, let's have a look at the other ones we've got. Manatee. Is a manatee there? No. A manta ray? No. Tortoise is not there either. No, tortoise is not there. Tortoise doesn't live in water. Tortoise is the one on land. What's the other one? Seahorse. Seahorse, no. No seahorses on the list either. Turtle. Millie says turtle. Is that there? I think I gave enough clues for that one, didn't I? Yes, turtle's number 4 in the list. We've got whales as number 1, so we won't go orca separately. There's no other whale type animal on the list. Turtles we've just revealed, so that is there. I would say hippo's kind of a land and water animal, but although it's not there, there is another land and water animal. In fact, I'd argue there's 3 other land and water animals in this list, so they're not exclusive to the water, but they were given from this survey. So start thinking that way. Alligators is very close, but not correct. There's another big clue for you. Is a squid there on the list? No. Goodness me. Yeah, Jodie's gone with alligators as well. Millie's gone with penguins. Penguins is number 6. It's there. It is there. Crocodiles. Andy and Millie says crocodiles there on the list. I'm giving too many clues tonight, really. But well done. Yes, crocodiles are there. Yeah, loads of you guessing crocodiles now. What other ones? Eel. Did I say eel is not there? You have 2 more to get, so 5 and 7. In fact, I would argue both of the remaining 2 are land and water. Can survive without being in the water constantly, quite happily. One of them would be seafaring, so to speak, and the other would very much be river-based. And you wouldn't... I don't think you'd see it in salt water. No. Have I missed one that might have been there? Oh, that's what the spelling mistake was. Okay, no. So sea lion, no, but you're close. Otter. Jody says otter. Is that correct or not? Let's have a look. That's number 7. Otters. Number 7. Very good. Lobster, crab, pencil. What? No. There's no shellfish, I'm afraid. A water rat, a walrus. No, no, you're getting closer though with walrus. Sea lion and walrus. You're in the right ballpark. Think a bit smaller. The otter was the river one I was on about, so freshwater. Jody says seal. Is seal the missing answer from the list? Yes, there we go. Family Fortunes question complete. Very good. Yes, Jan's got in there as well with seal. So frogs, otters, penguins, seals, turtles, crocodiles, sharks, and then whales were the top answer from that question. Good work, everybody. Let's go now to catchphrase, shall we? So, catchphrase. So, for those who are new, let's just put these ones back on. Oh, yes. There we go. Okay, so there is now behind this screen a catchphrase. I will reveal these numbers randomly as selected by the wheel you see spinning on screen. How do we know when I'm going to spin the wheel? You need to get a question correct in the comments. Whoever guesses it correct will earn, you as a collective team, the reward of having one of those squares revealed. So I'll spin the wheel, take away the number, and you can try and guess what that is as well. All right? So, your first question is, which shot in golf is 2 under the par of a hole? Which shot in golf is 2 under the par of a hole? What's the animal name given to that shot? Somebody's bound to guess it, so I will now spin the wheel, and then you'll know which screen we're going to be, which square is going to be removed. We have got number 5. Oh, right in the middle, and Andy's there on the YouTube side saying eagle. That is correct. So let's remove number 5. Oh, I need to tell you as well, by the way, these 3 catchphrases that are just the next 3 down, because I always try to take them in order, so that I know I've used them all and not randomly picking them where I get them from. And these just happen to be probably 3 of the easiest we've ever done. So no pressure about getting them right. Let's remove 5 from the wheel. But well done, Andy. It is eagle. Feel free to guess what you think this is as soon as you work it out, though, okay? Next question is, Alan Davies played which TV detective? It's not Flying Horse. Andy says no idea. Oh, you're only going to need like 1 more, particularly one on the bottom row. If you get 1 on the bottom row, you will get this very quickly. Millie says Jonathan Creek. Yes, that is correct. Let's spin the wheel. And up next, we are going to be removing square number 4. Okay, it's just creeped over to 4. So, Jonathan Creek is the correct answer there. Let's remove number 4. Well done, Andy, as well, for getting that correct. And Geraldine, excellent. Let's remove that from the wheel. And the next question, what is tattooed on Popeye's arm? What is tattooed on Popeye's arm? Let's spin the wheel. I'm sure guesses will come in a moment. Yes, there we go. I can see some guesses already. So we're going to now remove number 9. By the looks of it, is it going to stop there? Yes, number 9. Okay. It is an anchor, as you've all guessed there. Jodie, Geraldine, Jan, and Andy. You've all guessed anchor. That is the correct answer. And we remove that one. You're going to get it now. I'm sure you will. Let's remove number 9. Any guesses? I'm going to ask. I'll ask the next question anyway, and it can carry over to the next catchphrase if need be. Okay. So the next question then is: which city is home to the Guinness Brewery? Oh, we've received a trophy for 100 messages in today's live stream chat. Thank you very much. 100 comments. It's not Ride the Tide. It's not Disc Jockey. Good guesses, but it's not. You're very close with. Jan's very close with Ride the Tide, but I can't give you that, I'm afraid. Dublin is the correct answer for the Guinness Brewery. Let's spin the wheel. Well done, Geraldine and Millie there for getting Dublin. So we're on to 8 now. Number 8. Let's remove that one. Riding the Waves. Millie's got it. Riding the Waves. Excellent. There you go. I said you would get it quicker. We've got bottom row cleared. That's good. Right, let me just reset the board and we can move on to the next one then. But first, I will reveal the rest of it for you. It's Riding the Waves or Ride the Wave. Because it's just the one wave, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Good guesses. Right, let's cover it back up again. And we'll swap it out for another one. Another easy one, I promise. Let's remove that and we go to our next wheel. And we are good to go again. So your next question. Which children's TV character sprinkled oofle dust? Which children's TV character sprinkled oofle dust? And we will remove number... Or was it number 5? Is it the middle one again? Centre square. 2 in a row. I don't think that's ever happened before. If anybody gets this question right. Which children's TV character sprinkled oofle dust? I'll narrow it down and say it's a puppet. Although, ignore the impression, that's not meant to help you in any way. But it is a puppet. Which puppet children's TV character sprinkled oofle dust? Perhaps that'll narrow it down and make it a bit easier for those of you trying to work this one out. And we'll get number 5 removed when those guesses come in. Oh, England are winning 3 now. Might actually watch the highlights. Oh, interesting. Jodie says Sooty. Oh, you can see that, can't you? There you go. No, that's the wrong wheel. There's the right wheel. Had to have a quick look there, didn't I? Got to keep an eye on these things. Sooty and Sweep. Okay, it is Sooty. So we'll say well done to Jodie. Good guess though, Andy. You're right show, wrong puppet. With that said, let's remove number 5, shall we, from this wheel? And... Well, I think you could get it with that. 5-2 goes in a row. Who'd have thunk it? Right, next question. What is the chemical symbol for copper? What is the chemical symbol for copper? Let's spin the wheel again. And number 4. Okay. Number 4 will be removed. Andy says CU. That is the correct answer. Let's remove number 4. You could definitely get this. Definitely. Look a little closer. Right. Your next question. Let's go with this one. A Suffolk punch is what type of animal? A Suffolk punch is what type of animal? Removing number 4 from the wheel, and we're spinning it. Oh, first class dining is good. It's not right. It's good, but it's not right, I'm afraid. Geraldine says a horse for a Suffolk punch. That is the correct answer. We're going to remove number 7 now from the wheel. Not a pig, it is a horse. Could be a pig. It's the kind of name you might see a pig having. But it is a horse. Just desserts is good, but it's not right. No. Cheese. Yes. Is it a pig, a dog, or cheese? No, it's not one of those questions. Not this time. No, it's a horse. I will say that first class dining is the closest guess so far. I will give you that much of a hint. Right, so your next question then is, what is the motto of the Boy Scouts in the UK? What is the motto of Boy Scouts in the UK? It's a family show. Please bear that in mind before you press enter a guess. Okay? That's all I'm saying about that. We will remove square 3 next. Might give you a little bit more help. A little bit more help. Fine dining is incorrect. Be prepared is correct. High class dining, no, not high class dining. No, you're going further away from the right answer now. Okay, be prepared though from Geraldine is the correct answer for that question. So let's remove number 3 from the wheel and the board. Say what you see, people. Say what you see. Your next question is, which US city is known as Motown? No, not first class service. We're going to remove number 8 next. That might be a tad more helpful. Which US city is known as Motown? Not Chicago. No, not Chicago. Andy says Detroit. That's the correct answer. So well done. Let me remove number 8. 4 more squares left on the board. Number 8 has been removed. Oh, not first class food. No. What are they doing? What's each pair doing? And then what are the front ones? Okay, your next question. Which religion was founded by Joseph Smith? Which religion was founded by Joseph Smith? Not wine and dine. No. Oh, first come, first served. That's a good guess as well, but no. None of them are being served in that picture or in that animation. They're not being served. I mean, they're expected to be, but that's not part of the answer. Number 9. Not top table either. No. The numbers are crucial to this. Oh, not first serve. No. Okay, I think I need to reveal a bit more. Oh, you can see it. You can see it. Geraldine's got it. First date. First date is the correct answer. Yes. Right. No, not first romance. No, first date. I mean, you were closer with first romance, but look, there you go. Second and third dates are at the back. First dates at the front. That's it. First dates. Well done to Geraldine for getting that one right. That was actually trickier than I thought it would be. I'm glad you worked that one out. Though. Okay, let's go. Remove that. Go to our third and final catchphrase of the evening. And we are ready to go again. I would argue, I mean, I thought the last one was relatively easy, but I think this one is the easiest. Yeah, I'd say this is the easiest. Okay, your question is who recently left the role of Deputy Prime Minister of the UK? Who recently left the role of Deputy Prime Minister of the UK? And we will remove number 6. Made big headlines. Yes, there we go. Angela. Yeah, it was Angela Rayner. Yeah. Let's remove number 6 then from the board. Here we go with number 6 removal. You probably get it with that one, to be honest. Right, so next question. What is the name of the dwarf in The Lord of the Rings? What is the name of the dwarf in The Lord of the Rings? And we will remove number 9 from this one, if we even need it. Number 9 will be removed, but we don't. Millie's got it already. It's football fans. Football fans is the correct answer. Let me just show you why that. Why did I do that? I'm so sorry it was muted. So sorry. I think it's because I I pressed mute on the catchphrase sound effects. That's why. All I said was, remember when the shows are going to be. There's a post about it. So yeah, 17th. Sorry, 9th was today. 23rd of September. 7th and 21st of October. 4th and 18th of November. But there is a post about it on the main page. Thank you all for being here and hope you join me for those. December, I will probably just do the one Christmas special but I will let you know as soon as I have worked it out, because it is my busiest month of the year. Lots going on, as we all do really at that time, but yeah, in particular I've got lots of different gigs and things happening. So I look forward to seeing you for the next quizzes, and as always, stay tuned to my socials for all the latest updates. Patreon's last Tuesday of every month still, and please make every effort you can, if you can, to attend the next two, so we can give this new platform a proper play test, because this may end up being the future of a lot of what I do if it works out as nicely as I think it could, and would make my life a lot easier too if it does work out. But it is a very cool, very simple platform, and it looks great, and I'm really excited to share it with you. I may do it on more than just Patreon. It may take over a lot of what I do, to be honest, but I just need to work out if it's going to be financially viable. Certainly for the next two Patreon quizzes, though, we will definitely be using it, and I'll share more in our Facebook group. The last thing to say is that the Facebook chat groups that we've got for the Top Fan group and for the Patreon group, Top Fans is everybody that wants to be there. Patreons is only for Patreon supporters. You can join if you want to. Would appreciate it if you did. The chat groups have changed to be a different platform now because they've deprecated the old ones. I don't know why they do these things, but Meta, Facebook have decided to. So just bear that in mind. If you're not in them, you don't have to be, but I do message in there more often than I post. So you will keep up to date with quiz stuff there more often. Thank you for all the lovely messages. I know, yeah. I don't think we even did the last Patreon, Millie. Don't worry about it, because there was too many people missing anyway. So you didn't miss anything. Yeah, there wasn't too many people away. It's that time of year, so it's fine. But great for having you all here, and I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers, everybody. Good night.